Hello, welcome back to Art Practice. Today we're going to be looking at Jean-Michel Basquiat. He is an artist that he was born in Brooklyn, New York in 1960 and he passed away in 1988. We're using this book on him by Leonard Emmerling, and this particular painting untitled 1983 is going to be a guide for us as we work. So he's known for all these like graffiti like drawings, and that's why we're using the materials we're using today. I'm using colored pencils, especially like the big bold pointed ones, and we're also using water soluble crayons, which I think make great painting as well as drawing tools. But you can also use other materials like oil pastels would be really great as well. All right, so let's start. We're going to start by just choosing one color, one that you find in the painting that we just looked at, and just put down a field of color, which is just going to be an area of a solid color. You can blend that color if you're using paint, but it should just be like one color at first. Trying to recreate that graphic quality of Basquiat's work, and apply it using bold, broad strokes so that you get a kind of energy in the work. Now you can choose a variation of that color. So if you had like a ultramarine blue, you can choose something like a cobalt blue or a sky blue and see how those blend together. Maybe even do some wet on wet blending, just light blending, so that you don't lose the distinction of each color. Now I'm choosing another color from the untitled painting that we looked at, and this symbol wasn't in this work, but looking at his other work in this book, he uses this crown, this kind of graphic reduced symbol of a crown a lot in his paintings, and it's actually quite linked today with Basquiat's work. And it's, used a lot in other artists' work as well now. But I'm going to add it here just for that touch of referencing Basquiat's work. Now, he also has, if you saw in the painting, there are a lot of outlines, like skeletal structures, very kind of like rough, loose drawings of figures. And we're going to try to do that today. Like, try to create a drawing of yourself or somebody else, or just your idea of what a figure might look like in a very economic amount of lines. And try to still keep that kind of liveliness in the work. You can use a different color so that it stands out on top of the painting that we put down before. So I have like yellow ochre on top of blue. He also used, if you saw that painting, he also used a lot of lists of work. Some paintings have a lot of lists of work, of parts of the work. So he would list parts of the anatomy. So we have torso and leg here showing up. But he also used this word salt a lot in his work. He also did a lot of like crossing out of things as though he was thinking about what to say or revising it, and then filling any other spaces with a primary color that's going to allow everything to kind of be vibrant and come together. Overlay things on top of other paintings. And for other words that show up, you can highlight them as though you're kind of pointing people to some words and not others. I want you to look at the whole painting you've created and discuss what you think. Think about it, like what do you think your painting is saying? So that was it for today's art practice. Thank you for joining, and I hope to see you in another one. Take care.